This is Nooz Fax, the only broadcast that makes other journalism seem familiar. A little too familiar. We were talking mergence with Professor Skirman before the break. She really gave us a glimpse of what she sees in the Great Arc. But the mergence isn't all cold calculations and dry history. There is a growing body of literature analyzing maladies and disorders amongst participants, and especially amongst those who ingest cortically. You might be familiar with all too common terms, such as retrograde limbic sores, connectionless protoamygdal influenza, and of course, isolitis. Isolitis. But perhaps you're less familiar with what changes there are when the mergence is practiced in the Southern Hemisphere. Joining me now is Dr. Ora Krillig in Vanuatu. Good morning, Dr. Krillig.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Tell us about how magnetopolarism actually affects the disorders one can see depending on which side one is of the equator.
The difference in magnetopolarism in the Southern Hemisphere is particularly evidenced by diagnoses of temporal hypothalamitis. Several cases discretely identified over, 87, maybe 88 degrees of the Great Arc. And you might hear that and say, oh, that sounds pleasant. But some of the extreme cases of temporal hypothalamitis we've seen have led to proximal distortion, both physical with respect to other beings, and not always human, mind you, and metacyclic, such that other dimensionalities were disrupted in the individual. In some cases, we have seen extreme unveiled hippocampic phase diminishment, to the point that all memory of a given sacred inexorability or even the entire emergence was lost.
Indeed. Now, you were on the front lines of diagnosis, so to speak. Do you have any stories from that period in your life?
In one case in particular, and this was in my official purview, I witnessed comprehensive dissipation of a subject. And that's not something they prepare you for, you know?
I'm sorry, Doctor. That was Dr. Ora. Sorry, I have some insoluble fiber underneath my contact. Excuse me.